piece is the first template for the lowest louver. We're going to now transfer that template over to a piece of metal, and we're going to cut it out, and then followed by that we're going to bead roll the bevel along the outside of it. Alright, this is my homemade tipping die I'm going to use to bend the flange that's going to wrap around the back of the car. I basically just made one because these are about $100 for the kit. All I used was some 22 spacer washers, stacked them up, welded them with the bigger washer on the end. The way this works is I'm going to run these louvers through here, and I'm also using the step die in the back. This is acting as a fence, so I get the same parameter all the way around. Basically, you feed it through. As soon as you get it in there, give it a bend up. Continue to bring it through. And it gives you a flange. Alright, this is the flexible tail light we're using. It's 18 inches long and it's originally meant for motorcycle use. So it has a turn signal that flows in left to right direction. It's got a running light, but the brake light's strobe, which I don't want to use. The good thing is this is flexible. Let's make this fit around the back of that car. And I'm going to show you what they look like. They do look really good. So this will be the running light. And this is a strobe light we're not going to use. I'm going to try turn signal. There's turn signal. This is probably a strobe light. I don't think I want to use that. Either way, that's how they look. I think they come out pretty good. Best part is how flexible they are. I think I can do a lot with it. And it'll look a lot better once I get the red lens over top of it. Alright, so I cut out the piece that was in here, the full length piece, the recessed area. So I cut that out to where this is the tail light is now going to be visible. There's nothing holding this on. So this is going to be the backing plate. And these are relief cuts, so now I can flex it. And what we're going to do is we're going to put spot welds, flex it around the corner. This is now the backing for the 3M adhesive tape. And also I just need to make this just a spacer. Just make sure I leave enough space in between this lip to put the 1/8 inch of Lexan, red Lexan is going to be the lens for this. So we're going to drill some holes and we're going to spot weld around here. Alright, so now we're going to be able to make just a system to clamp this lens into place. The actual light itself is in here and it 3M tapes to this backing plate we made earlier. However, this is just going to fall out with gravity. What I came up with was a bunch of these little bolt-in brackets. So this is the side we're going to weld through. This is the side that's going to help this thing bolt in. And I'm going to line these things up around the back. There'll be 5 of them welded down, which will look like this. So all these will get welded to the actual underneath of this thing, and then when I'm done, if I need to get this out and take it apart, these 5 screws will come off and this will lift off of here. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to weld in these back pieces and I'll be able to take this off. And I gotta do it on that side. Alright, so I got my 3 tiers completely made. I put etching primer on them so we don't have to worry about them rusting. And basically what we're going to do now is build a 3-tier cake. This is the lower level, these are the 2 middles, and then the upper, of course, the exhaust bezel that goes in the middle. And these are going to be the uprights are going to hold or separate the middle tier from the top tier. So they're going to go like that, so I get sandwiched between it. Just so you have an idea, this is kind of how it's going to go. So of course, like I said, these are going to be what's going to hold those apart. And I'm not going to weld this thing together on a table. I'm going to bolt each piece individually onto the car. That way we get everything lined up. Alright, here comes the exciting part. I finished basically the tail section. It's in flat black for now, but this is going to let me go to the next step, which is putting our tail lights together. So, like I mentioned, we're going to have 3 lights, 1, 2, 3. So this is the flexible strip. This one's going to go on the top, followed by the lens, and then there's going to be the retainer that goes underneath of it, holds it all together. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. Right down, this is just a brake light in the center. Lens, retainer clip, and then a bottom strip, lens, and then the retainer. We're also going to do the same thing on that side, and I'm see if I can get basically